Throughout the settlements, towns and cities of Albion, merchants and traders stand within, attempting to sell their wares to the busy residents of Albion. While they sell their potions, trinkets and jewelry, the merchants dream of dealing in higher quality items. With Albion being a land of ancient history, the residents of this land, over time, heard fabled legends of ancient treasures and artifacts lost across the land, simply waiting for heroes and skilled adventurers to discover them. While the majority of these legends stayed simply of that, legends, there were others that were proven to be true, thanks to the heroic adventurers that scoured the land and plundered the ancient tombs to uncover the locations of these thought to be mythic treasures. During the Age of Enlightenment, a legend was proven to be true. What was this fabled story, and what value did it hold to the residents of Albion? Here we explore in the lore behind the Divinity Gems. Back during the days of the Old Kingdom, the powerful heroes of old plundered the land, searching for natural artifacts left behind from the Age of the Gods. As the kingdom grew, various members created their own magical trinkets, while others acquired exquisite stones and valuable resources formed naturally from the land itself. 3 of those discovered during this time were the Divinity Gems. Over the subsequent years, the Old Kingdom grew until one day it exploded after a short but tragic war, destroyed by the power its rulers craved. From this, centuries passed and the fables and stories of the Old Kingdom spread across Albion through the New Ages. The name divinity, regarded as a state of quality or being divine, led those across Albion searching for the gems to believe the Divinity Gems to be extremely valuable and even possibly of divine origin, linked to the gods that had left the physical realm after the War of the Gods. With their origin appearing to be so outlandishly mythical in nature, those told the tale of the Divinity Gems simply dismissed their existence and regarded them as legends. For those that believed the tales to be true, thousands searched the land and spent their lives attempting to prove their existence, and furthermore, become the owners of the gems. Unfortunately, they did not look in the right places. Many centuries later, by the Age of Enlightenment, while adventurers still search for the gems, one hero is said to have discovered them all. The stone of Maer Bregothil was discovered within the Shelley Crypt in the Bowerstone Cemetery. This ancient crypt had protected the gem from the outside world for centuries. Located in a chest within, the stone of Maer Bregothil had been kept safe throughout the centuries under the protection of an army of Hollowmen. These Hollowmen had dedicated their afterlife to the stone in return for the gem's magical protection. The guardians of the stone of Maer Bregothil believed this gem resonated power that acted as an anchor and bound them to this world. They saw it as a holy item they had to protect, regardless of its value in the outside world. The penalty for allowing the gem to be stolen by an adventurer was to lose their place from this world and fall into a dimension full of unspeakable levels of pain and everlasting torment. When the hero of Bower Lake discovered the gem, they met the leaders of the Guardians and was asked to return the gem to its rightful place. In doing so, the Guardians would allow the hero to leave the tomb unharmed. The leader also stated to escape the tomb with the gem would result in the Guardians of the Stone of Maer Bregothil to attack the hero and tear them limb from limb during the hollow dance of Ursarindaranda, a dance that had claimed the lives of many adventurers before the hero. In one reality, the hero handed over the ancient stone, allowing themselves to leave unharmed, and allowed the Hollow Men to stay bound to this world. In another reality, the hero fought their way out of the cave with the stone, in turn condemning the Hollow Men to an eternity of torment in the hellish dimension. After leaving the Shelley Crypt, the gem was appraised. From the hero's account, the stone of Maer Bregothil had a similar appearance to that of a ruby gemstone, but this stone was much more than a standard gem. With this, the stone was given a base value of 42,000 gold pieces. Some would argue if that sum of gold was worth the eternal torment of the souls protected by the stone of Maer Bregothil, but that was up to the hero to decide. The Archon's Dream, named after the Archon of the All Kingdom, after it was said to have been given to him during a dream by the gods as a gift. This gem was discovered within an ancient cave under the grounds of Fairfax Gardens. While the entrance to this cave had been locked for centuries by a strong door, Albion's self-proclaimed finest archaeologist, Bell, used the help of the hero of Bower Lake to acquire the instructions on how to open the door. Inside of the tomb, the Archon's Dream was left within a chest with two of the All Kingdom's ancient weapons, the shards, simply waiting for someone to attempt to steal it so that they could, in turn, defend the stone. It is said that the hero was able to defeat the shards and claim the Archon's Dream. With this, they had the choice to either give the valuable stone to Belle, who had spent her whole life searching for it, or murder her and keep it for themselves. When appraised, the gem was said to have a similar structure to that of an amethyst gemstone and came to a base value of 100,000 gold pieces. Although it did not show any abilities like the other two gems in the collection, the selling point of this gem appeared to be that it was a gift from the gods, therefore touched by the gods themselves. While all three may have been a gift from the gods, only this gem was heavily rumoured to have actually been touched by them. The third and final gem in the Divinity Gem collection is the Diamond of Sorrow. While the first two gems have been discovered within Albion, this gem was found in a realm constructed by the powerful entity Chesty. Nightmare Hollow is said to be only accessible by the powerful artifacts that acted as a gateway from Albion. It is unknown how Chesty came across the gem, but at some point they claimed the gem as part of their heart. The hero of Bower Lake entered Nightmare Hollow, and after a string of tests to become Chesty's super best friend, the powerful entity gave the hero the Diamond of Sorrow in a last-ditch attempt to guilt them into staying with them in Nightmare Hollow. Chesty claimed to be giving the hero a piece of their heart after breaking it when they chose not to remain as his super best friend. After leaving the realm, the hero had the gem appraised, and in its name, this gem was a diamond and was given the base value of 100,000 gold pieces. While the hero initially believed the stone did not possess any magical abilities, after having the stone in their possession, the hero discovered the gem had the unique ability of healing their scars that they'd acquired through their adventure, and furthermore, it had reversed a curse given to them by the evil Shadow Court that had aged them dramatically. While the gems were named the Divinity Gems as a collection, the hero of Bower Lake noticed that when all of the gems were brought together, nothing happened. They simply each had their own value and power. Although these three gems are now widely believed to be the Divinity Gems to the residents of Albion, other gems could be scattered across the land, undiscovered. While the Stone of Mir Bragothil, the Archon's Dream, and the Diamond of Sorrow are believed to be the fabled Divinity Gems, as with all tales of the All Kingdom, no one can be too certain whether these three valuable gems are in fact those of legend, or whether these gems are simply other valuable gems passed off as the Divinity Gems, simply for profit and to validate an ancient legend. Only two of the gems have been shown to possess magical abilities, while one does not. Some skeptics believe the final gem is still out there, waiting to be found. Regardless, these were the most valuable gems within the whole of Albion during the Age of Enlightenment, showing an immense base value of 242,000 gold pieces. The land of Albion is vast and powerful. The remains of powerful artifacts still lay dormant, undiscovered by the new civilization now growing on the land. What other secrets does Albion hide that were once part of the All Kingdom? I ask Hero, do you believe the Archon's Dream to be a true Divinity Gem, or simply a story told to make the amethyst appear more valuable? The theory. The Divinity Gems could control the Fable universe. Here we'll take a theory about the Fable universe and try to attempt to make sense of it using facts and lore from Albion. If you have any theories for future videos, let me know. Hello heroes, so I couldn't have a lore episode about 3 stones that possess valuable and unique abilities without thinking about the Infinity Stones from the Marvel Comics. There is no doubt in my mind that the Divinity Gems are based on the Infinity Stones. For those unfamiliar with the Marvel series, the Infinity Stones are 6 gems that when held together give the user godlike powers. Each gem has a unique ability: soul, mind, time, space, power, and reality. Now, when initially thinking of a theory, I looked at the colours of the Divinity Gems and how they could relate to their respective Infinity Stone. Now, the Stone of Marabragothil is the only stone that fits its counter. As the gem is red, that would make it match with the Reality Stone, which fits perfectly as the Reality Stone has the ability to adapt and change reality. In Fable, the stone stops the Hollow Men from changing their reality from Albion to a hellish dimension. It acts as an anchor to a better realm. Unfortunately, there isn't a white Infinity Stone for the Diamond of Sorrow, and the Arkon's Dream, which is purple, does not work with the Power Stone. How can we get these to fit with the story we know of Fable? Let's move on to point 1. So what we do know is that these stones are of divine origin. The Arkon's Dream was given to the Archon during a dream, and so, what if these gems do have ultimate power over the Fable universe? As created by the gods, they could have an unlimited potential. We know that the first Archon was the first and most powerful hero, but we still don't know how he acquired his will abilities and general powers. Now, what if he gained his powers after his dream, where he was given the Arkon's Dream Stone by the gods? The Arkon's Dream is purple and matches with the Power Infinity Stone. As a regular human, touching the stone could have given him his heroic abilities. From here, he used his powers to defeat the court and build up the kingdom. The powers are literally a gift from the gods to save humanity from the evil from the void. The Stone of Marabragothil also fits into the colours matching as the Reality Stone. As explained previously, the Reality Stone essentially allows reality to be adapted around the user. It makes perfect sense with keeping the Hollow Men in our reality and stopping them from being pulled into the hellish dimension that the lead Hollow Man speaks of. The Diamond of Sorrow, although it doesn't match the colour of the Soul Stone, it still hints to a soul in the item description of the Diamond of Sorrow when mentioning that the gem is a piece of Chesty's own heart. Are the heart and soul linked? Maybe. On to point 2. With the soul, power and reality stones roughly accounted for, I believe that out there in the world of Albion, there could be the other 3 stones: time, space and mind. Now, time travel, to my knowledge, has never been mentioned within the game world, and the only mention we have of space is when we visit the Planet 1 Demon Door realm. With mind control, we have the spell from Fable 1, or the fact that Jack can control the bodies of the people he possesses. That could also link with the Soul Stone. What if Jack's mask is one of these divine objects? The world is still full of Old Kingdom architecture, and even by the Age of Industry, at least 550 years after the Age of Heroes, Albion still hasn't discovered all of the ruins and structures of past civilizations, and so, the remaining Divinity Gems could still be out there. Closing thoughts. The developers did not think that deeply into how the gems would be perceived, but as soon as I discovered the first gem and saw that it was part of a Divinity collection, I instantly thought of the Infinity Stones. Imagine if Jack had the ability to change reality around him when you were fighting him, or Lucian was able to bring back the souls of the people he had murdered, or even mess with time a little bit. These elements would have been great if used correctly. I'll admit that this is one of my weaker theories, but it felt right to center the theory around something else I am passionate about. I love Fable, I love Marvel. Perfect match. There are a few unexplained areas of the games that the stones could help. The music box brings you back from the dead after you are shot, and also allows you to speak to a version of your sister. That sounds like something that the Soul Stone could do. In an unused version of the end sequence of Fable 2, you were originally meant to chase Lucian through an Albion being changed by the power of the Spire. That sounds like reality bending there. If all 6 gems with these abilities could be found and wielded by one person, I'm sure they could easily control the Fable universe. I'd like this to be canon within the game, but I guess there are too many loose ends. I tried with this theory, but maybe I failed this time. What do you guys think? Is there any way to make this theory work? Would you have liked to see the Infinity Stones within the Fable universe? And do you think, through the vast multiverse, Albion could be connected to the Marvel Cinematic Universe now that the sacred timeline allows for variants to exist? If you don't like Marvel, I'm sure this theory wouldn't be too interesting to you, but I try to add the base knowledge without giving away major spoilers for those who are watching through the series now. Anyway, now hero, enjoy your day. Bye.